It's a love-hate relationship with Zillow. Why is that? In this video series on Zillow, I'll be exploring the inner workings of Zillow and exploring what the advantages and disadvantages are for both the consumer and the agent. Stay tuned, I'm Kiwi. This is Kiwi the Coast, your luxury real estate specialist, helping you maximize and sell the value of your coastal home. Now, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. So let's dive in. Now on Zillow, it's free for an owner to list their property for sale, or for an agent to list it, or to list a home for rent. Now Zillow's online search tools on smartphone and so on are very sexy, and they let the consumer search for properties online very easily, all the maps for free. So how is the Zillow Group able to provide all these services to its consumers and still make money? So let's find out. In order to figure out the Zillow equation, we got to dig deep and explore the three main ways that they make money in the marketplace. Okay, the first way is by getting real estate rental companies or management companies to advertise their listings on Zillow and its many websites, including Zillow, Trulia, HotPads, HDTV, Network, AOL, etc. There's a whole bunch of them. So Zillow sends these prospective leads, these are income generators, to the property management companies, obviously for a fee, and that helps Zillow's bottom line. So Zillow has supposedly identified rentals and leases as a big revenue source. There's about $3.5 billion worth of business done in that rental market, and because renters move more often, there's the ability to generate more fees more quickly as the management companies advertise for tenants on Zillow. But this is not the main way that they attract revenue. That is number two, coming right up. So number two, and the most profitable for Zillow, is Premier Agent Services for real estate agents. Now, what do I mean by all of this? Well, Zillow charges Premier Agents for websites. That's one. That's kind of a minor part of the business. Real estate agents also can buy ads on Zillow. It helps them attract potential buyers and sellers. They can be on the agent list for a particular zip code, so that also helps. But here's the big one. Real estate agents pay Zillow essentially to buy their own leads back. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, Zillow charges agents for the impressions that their listings get on Zillow and make them pay for it. So as I mentioned, Premier Agent Services, at least as of 2017, has been the main source of revenue for Zillow. But is it a benefit for consumers? I'm going to let you decide. Now, our industry, the real estate industry, is about the only industry that I know that essentially gives away its data or its listings for free. So agents, real estate agents and brokers spend a considerable amount of money procuring listings. Then they belong to an MLS or a multiple listing service or a real estate board, and they freely upload those listings via an ADX to the system. The board or the MLS then shares that information with the world, including Zillow. Now, Zillow repackages that information, makes it very sexy on that iPad or that smartphone, and essentially sells it back to the agents. Is that a benefit to the consumer? Let's find out. So here's the rub, and here's really what it's all about. When Zillow sells the leads back to the agents are competing with leads for a certain zip code. So what Zillow does is they solicit agents to come into their Zillow platform and buy leads. Now, in my marketplace, 92657, which is Newport Coast, the value that Zillow charges to be on every listing in Newport Coast. Now, as of today, there's about 97 listings. That's condos, including Crystal Cove and Newport Coast. Now, guess how much they charge to be on every listing every time, including if you're the listing agent. Wait for it, about $8,000 per month. Now, wow, on first blush, that doesn't seem too bad, but there's more. You are not the only agent on that offering. You're sharing that with 4 other agents. And so the consumer has a choice of which agent that they would select. Now, I put it to you, the Newport Coast Marketplace is quite expensive, and is the consumer actually going to entrust that huge home buying exercise with an agent that they randomly select on Zillow? I would say not. Also, you have to look at the number of leads that are generated. Now, Zillow doesn't let the agents that they're soliciting know the number of leads, okay? So you're supposedly getting all these leads, but the reality is that the number of leads is very close to 0, or if there are any leads, very, very difficult to convert. Now, just before we go on, rest assured that every listing that's on the MLS should be picked up by Zillow and is going to be on the market. So for all you home sellers out there, you're not missing out on Zillow. But the number of leads that we're getting is basically close to 0. So when you look on Zillow at the agents listed there, many of them I haven't even heard of in my own marketplace. And look, I'm not the only one that's walked. If you look, most of the very seasoned agents that have done good business for a long period of time, are walking and not playing this game. Now, there's another way of thinking about this $8,000 of expenditure. Now, you can also do lesser amounts, you get less leads, maybe you get less of nothing. But the way I look at it, that $8,000 is really my client's money. And by my client, I mean the home that I have been entrusted to sell. That's the home that I have listed and that I'm promoting. So that $8,000 that could be spent with Zillow, that drops straight to their bottom line and gives that company the ability to spend over $1 billion to purchase Trulia. Now, that's a couple of years ago. I believe can be better spent for the benefit of my consumer, my customer, which is the home that I've been entrusted to sell. Look, that $8,000 goes a long way towards additional online marketing, print media as well, PR, and then also big social media pushes and boosts on Facebook and YouTube and all the other avenues that you've got. You can spend a lot more of that $8,000 on better photos, better video, better drone, and so on to promote that listing. So $8,000 for a maybe lead, or $8,000 for a whole bunch of advertising to promote that home to the buying populace. They're going to see the home on Zillow and about 900 websites anyway, so why not be smart with your dollars? Me and a whole bunch of other agents already have, to the benefit, I think, of our consumer, that home seller out there. So number 3, and really the last revenue source for Zillow, and I won't go into it too deeply, but is to basically mortgage lenders, selling advertising to mortgage lenders and to other businesses related to the real estate field. Like, for instance, designers, homewares companies, also companies that are related to real estate, like general contractors, even affiliates in the automotive industry, and so on. So they're paying by the click, especially the mortgage companies, and that's how that business is generated for Zillow. It's the 3rd source, pretty low as of 2017, less than 20 million for Zillow. So what's the bottom line here? Well, Zillow makes its money by selling advertising on Zillow.com, having its advertisers, especially the ones related to real estate, pay for clicks, and what I call selling real estate agents and brokers back their own leads. Consumers may like all the information that appears on their smartphone and tablet. And remember too, that all the information on the MLS does appear on Zillow and a few more homes beside. But sellers, watch out, and more on that on our next video on Zillow. Hey, I hope you found all that information valuable.
Now it's time for the Kiwi Squeeze.
Hey, and now it's Kiwi Squeeze time, and this is where I get to ask you the juice. So the question for the day is, what platform or what portal do you use on your smartphone to look at the real estate market, assess those values and so on? do share, comment down below, and I just can't wait to read your responses. All right guys, continue your real estate education here. Click or tap on the videos. We got a great series. You got to sell your house for more in less time. I'm going to help you do it, and we'll see you on the next video.